Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Reinhard Rews. I'm a professor for geophysics. I'm talking to you from Tübingen University in southwestern Germany. And I present study track 4, Environmental Chemistry and Toxicology. And in order to give you a picture of what this could be about, this study track, I show you a little site located near Tübingen. And what you see in the foreground is a city, and what you see in the background is land used for farming, and that's representative not only for Germany, but obviously for Europe and actually the entire world. And what we see here is that people in the village, they would like to have three things: water, food, and they would like to live a life. And in order to make this possible, we need to provide farming on limited space, and this requires pesticides and fertilizers. This introduces a lot of chemicals in the subsurface, and they don't stay there, but they get transported along the hill slopes, they get transformed, and eventually they end up in the river. They also end up in the bank filtrate that is needed to provide the drinking water for the same communities. And then you see there's a lot of conflicts emerging between farming and drinking water security, between the needs of the village and the farmers. Because people living in the village, they also would like to wear outdoor jackets, they would like to drive cars with wheels, and all of those materials have chemicals which are forever chemicals. They don't degrade, but instead they disperse across our landscapes and they accumulate and they degrade the soil qualities, which doesn't make the farmers happy. And so you see that there is a lot of different actors in this little image, and we need to find a way how we understand the needs of these different actors. And we also need a natural science perspective which understands how can we find the best compromise to move forward. And in order to do so, we have this study track 4, which has a very chemical perspective. And it is a little bit peculiar because in semester 2, you are allowed to stay in Stockholm. You do not need to move. So this will be the summer in Sweden, and you can swim in the lake that you skied before. And the reason why you stay in Stockholm is because this Department of Environmental Science is absolute expert in this area. They have a number of courses, for example, on toxicology, which will teach you essentially how chemicals interact with living organisms. Okay, and many of them are toxic, many of them are transformed, and there's a whole complex chain of processes that you need to understand. In semester 3, you will then move on to Tübingen, and this will also have a large chemistry focus. But essentially, in Tübingen, we teach you how chemicals interact and transform in their environment. And we have a number of courses here, also lab courses, which will strengthen your natural science perspective especially in chemistry. And also in Tübingen, we offer additionally to the transdisciplinary stream courses in inter and transdisciplinary perspectives on climate change and the environment. This is within our Global Awareness Center. So you can also pick some courses that have directly a transdisciplinary aspect. And then in semester 4, we hope that you have picked a problem that you want to solve. You will have a master thesis project that you can design, and you can do that either in Stockholm or Tübingen or Bucharest. And I just picked out 3 topics which may be interesting to some, and obviously we hope that you find your own. For example, you could study the societal burden of these forever chemicals, chemicals that don't degrade, and we need to find a mediation between generations. But we also need to find solutions for the drinking water supply of megacities. We need to manage our aquifers. Those are huge societal problems ahead of us, especially in the realm of climate change. And we hope that we equip you with the natural science perspective and the transdisciplinary perspective required to solve some of these problems. Thank you very much.